You know I had to come back at you with another Love Island USA video, and in this one we are going to be focusing on my favorite, my number one, my top couple from Love Island USA Season 6, and that is Kordell and Serena.
Oh. But you want me to blow the burp in your face? In your nostrils? I'll do it for you next time. Here, let me drink some so I can do it for you.
I will stick my foot so far up your ass.
I will break that motherfucking toe.
No, I will break you.
If you missed my previous video on Love Island USA, I went over the entire relationship timeline of Aaron and Kyeluh from beginning to end, the good, the bad, the ugly, basically everything you need to know to remind you for what we all want to hear about when the reunion comes out, because I don't know about you, there are so many episodes of this show that sometimes little moments can be forgotten. So what I have done for you all here today is I've compiled all of the good and the bad and the ugly moments of Kordell and Serena. But before that, if you would like to check out my video that I did previously on Kyeluh and Aaron, definitely do that. Now, before we get into this should go without saying, but when it comes to the cast members of Love Island, people sometimes can get really nasty and really cruel and forget that these are real people at the end of the day that just signed up for a reality show. Most of them didn't even have social media followings, and just have to consider the way it probably feels to them to get on a show where they walk out and suddenly they're famous and everybody knows who they are. So here is your reminder that this video is for entertainment purposes only, and I am only commenting on the things that were shown to us. These are real people at the end of the day. I don't know who they are behind closed doors, and it's so easy to judge people on a screen. There is a lot of bullying going on right now with a lot of the castmates, and I just think it's disgusting, because it's okay to have been less entertained by somebody, or maybe think some people made some savory choices, but at the end of the day, to just straight up bully people is wrong, and that is not what we are here to do. So no bullying in the comments. It's okay to be like, this person moved questionable, or this thing this person did was wrong, but we're not going to be mean. All right. Now, you may or may not have forgotten that at the very beginning, Serena and Kordell, completely unaware, both showed up wearing the exact same color. And one of the reasons why this was so interesting to me was because it wasn't just a common color. It wasn't like they showed up both wearing red, you know what I mean? Or both wearing blue, something where it's like, it's a pretty basic color. They showed up wearing this, I don't even know what the exact shade of green it is, but it's like a lime green, but there was also something a little different about it. Let me try and find a picture and insert right here the name of this color, okay? What is it, chartreuse? And they both show up and they are matching. I think that it was just plotted and planned by the gods from the very beginning that they were destined to win Love Island USA Season 6, because it doesn't get any better than this. They sit down and they have this conversation, okay? And they're talking about like where they're from. Everybody's like trying to get to know each other and everything. And that is when they discovered that they are both from Houston, Texas.
I was born in Temple, Texas. I moved to Houston.
I'm from Houston, Texas.
Swear to God. Nah, you bullshit.
Born and raised, Mo City.
Nah, get the fuck out of here, for real?
Oh, yes. What?
Bro, I swear
What are the odds? Okay, they take people from all over the place. The fact that they were both from the same place and both wore the same color, your love story doesn't get any better than that. If that's how it starts, done, lock it in, seal the deal, meant to be, you know what I mean? This is kind of like a little fact that comes out later, but to me it's not super important to who Kordell is as a person. He is the brother of Odell Beckham Jr., and that to me is a fact that I don't feel like is super important, because Kordell stands on his own, you know what I mean? Like, he's entertaining with who he is, and it's not because of who his brother is. He's just fascinating to watch and just an interesting person. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because that is going to come back up later. But like, the thing that I love about Serena is that you can tell she was not one of those people who was gonna change the way that she was behaving because of that. So once they find out that his brother's a famous NFL player, she doesn't change how she's behaving and the way she's moving at all, like I feel like some people would have done. She just stayed genuine to her, and I feel like that is so important to their, this sounds cheesy, but their little love story, is that she stayed true to herself, and that's what I really love about her. Serena is a slow burner. She is someone who's going to take things slow. She has this conversation with Kordell where she's telling him that like she wants to have an established friendship before the two of them build anything romantic.
I definitely like you. I've established that, but I obviously have some type of guard up, some type of
I still see it. That's what I'm
chill.
saying.
I definitely just think like I'm not like a fast mover. Like I do really like the best relationships come from like when you are like truly like friends, like best friends first.
And you know, Kordell's like all about her from the very beginning. And I can tell that Serena's just kind of like, I need to figure you out a little bit. You tell she's intrigued by him, but she wasn't locked in from the beginning, which is the right way to be. You're going into Love Island, you know they're going to bring in new islanders and stuff. I don't feel like you should lock in from the very beginning. I feel like everybody should go in with an open mind. But you can tell Kordell was like, oh, we're matching, match made in heaven, baby. And Serena was kind of more like, I don't know about you. One of the issues that she had with him from the beginning was that she felt like Kordell had a bit of an issue with communicating. That everything she said, he was just trying to match her energy so much with it. Best way to describe it is that everything she'd say, he was so agreeable to it that she was just like, give me a bit of something else. Like, I'm not looking for somebody who's just going to agree with everything I say. Like, I want to hear who you are and what your opinions are. But Kordell, I feel like at the beginning was maybe too aware that it was being filmed. Maybe he was having trouble, you know, just being present in the moment with her. And I feel like maybe that's why he was being so agreeable, because we start to see him flourish as the season continues, where he is just very himself and a super likable guy. But also, I respect Serena so much for the way that she went about things and the pace that she chose to go. She was very cautious and aware of the fact that, you know, he could be all about her 1 minute and the next go to someone else. So the fact that she took it slow was very, very, very smart of her. Now, at this point in the show, most people have already made out or kissed or whatever, but Serena and Kordell were moving at a slower pace, and they were having to do this challenge, which if you watch Love Island, you know they do challenges in the show, just a few of them. They're not constantly, but they'll randomly pop up throughout. And one of them was they had this like target wheel, and on it was faces of the opposite sex. And so what they had to do was they had to throw something at the target, and that was the person that they wanted to kiss. So obviously all of the islanders are trying to throw something at the person that they want to kiss. Kordell and Serena hadn't kissed yet. Serena gets up there and throws something, and she says that she was trying to throw it at Kordell, but she was the only one that missed her target. There was like this little bit of a moment where they have a conversation after that where, you know, she's laughing about how she's the only one that missed, and Kordell starts telling her that because she wants to go at a slow pace, that he's gonna wait on her to make that move.
Like, how am I the only bitch that missed the fucking target?
Oh no, I probably would have made the most of it regardless.
Yeah.
You know, I always had my little time, but you know, I ain't tripping on it, obviously. It's gonna come, you're gonna initiate it. And I'll be ready and open for when you feel the time is right. You know what I'm saying? Because I told you I'm all about reassurance. I'm all about telling you how I feel.
In this conversation, I felt like she wasn't having it. I feel like she did want him to make the first move. Wanted it to feel natural and right and good. I don't think she wanted anything where it felt like he was trying too hard. And I feel like that was her issue at the beginning, was that she felt like Kordell was trying too hard. I don't want to speak for her, but I feel like that was the vibe. I do not feel like she was vibing him being like, I'm going to wait on you to do it, because I don't think she wanted to make the first move. She obviously wanted to feel wanted and desired. Now, as the show progresses, they start to get closer, and, you know, they're starting to build off that friendship that Serena wants and getting more of a bond, and her feelings for him are starting to grow, and she's starting to receive a bit more of him, and he is getting a little bit more out of her, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Don't be sucking on my bottom
All
lip.
right,
Just
I'm not.
be regular. Don't be kissing on my neck either. My mama watching.
I'm liking it where we at right now. Like, I'm head over here wiggling my feet and shit.
So they, you know, they have their first kiss, and you can just see also, apart from their first kiss, just them together, their vibe. Little moments where they would dance together, or the jokes they would make, or the funny conversations that they would have together are just some of my favorite in the whole show. Like the one where he's got like the comb in his beard and she's getting all irritated because he won't be serious.
Now maybe a little more hard to find.
Yeah, I fuck with it too. It's real cool. Man, stop with my
We're trying to be
my
serious.
comb. You don't being serious.
Not with the...
Give me my comb.
Let's finish.
Give me my comb and then I'll finish. Give me my comb.
The day before they go to Casa Amore, Kordell and Serena get even closer. I mean, she's talking about how the D was poking her in the back, and I mean, like, they're starting to get a bit more intimate and to show a bit more affection.
I really like this girl. I feel like I ain't never really met somebody like her for real. She's outspoken, and when you make her laugh hard enough, she snorts. That should be cute to me.
Thank you. after we went to cuddle, I felt a little something. Yeah, I felt it on my butt.
And then, of course, they throw in Casa Amore and everybody splits. Unfortunately, for those who loved Kordell and loved Serena and the two of them together, Casa Amore was a very hard watch. I already talked about Kyeluh and Aaron in my previous video, but Kordell was also moving so slimy and his behavior in there was just questionable at best. It was really upsetting to watch him act that way because he was so all about Serena that whenever you see how quickly this other girl was able to just weaken him to his knees, it was very difficult to watch because I truly felt that he had these genuine feelings for Serena, but it was like this girl came in there, knew what she wanted and knew what she had to do, and it worked. And I want to say this, I don't want any hate towards Daya in the comments because a lot of the cast members are getting heavily bullied right now, and I absolutely do not support that, and I don't think Serena would want that either. But we are going to talk about some of the questionable things that Daya did, right? So this is where it comes back up, Kordell's brother, his famous brother, Odell Beckham Jr. This girl comes into Casa Amore named Daya, and she has apparently commented and tried to interact with his brother before. So she already knew who Kordell was when she went into Casa Amore and knew he had a famous brother. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that she was just trying to get with Kordell because of that, because I don't know, but it doesn't look right. One of the first conversations that Daya has with Kordell is basically telling him that he deserves to be treated like a king. He needs somebody who's going to be putting their all into him and knows what they want, and she knows what she wants.
When I walked in initially, Kordell caught my eye. He was the first guy I definitely wanted to talk to. I'm excited to get to know you, to be honest.
Really?
I feel like, yeah.
I'm excited to get to know you too.
If I was here day one, you definitely would not have been standing there by yourself. You're such a king. Like, I feel like you actually need someone that reciprocates your energy. I feel like you haven't really had anyone to like you the same energy back.
You could tell she had seen the previous episodes and knew that Serena was a slow burner. And so in her head, she's like, I'm going to go in there hot and heavy because that's what that guy wants. And I'm just going to praise him, put him up on a pedestal, make him feel really, really good. And that'll make him pick me because Serena is moving so slowly. And to me, that was pretty, I didn't like that. It felt like Daya was like passively trying to use it against Serena that she moved slowly and take advantage of Kordell's weaknesses in that moment. And that to me was manipulative, and I did not like that. And it stood out to me very clearly. But unfortunately, if you watched it, you know that it worked, and it worked very quickly. And there are some uncomfortable moments to watch. Like there's this one where Kordell and Daya are talking alone in this room off with just each other, and Kordell's talking about how she needs chapstick, and long story short, Daya decides to give him chapstick while it's on her lips, or lip gloss while it's on her lips, and he buckled so fast.
You got a beauty mark, you know that?
Where?
Right there, though.
A couple. You can explore them.
Yeah, I got some beauty marks too, so you can
Yeah, explore them too.
Honestly, there wasn't a lot of effort that Daya had to put forward for this moment to happen. Position and everything, and there was some buttage and all that. Like, I can't even show the whole thing. I'm not trying to get demonetized. My work ain't for free. It was really bad. And then Kordell goes and tells the guys, like, what happened.
I don't even understand what happened, bro.
What? Did you just make out with her? Did you seriously, Kordell?
I wasn't trying to, bro.
You made
I feel like a piece of shit, bro. I do. I literally asked for lip balm, and my shit was literally chapped.
No hate towards anybody. Please, no hate towards anybody. I'm just commenting on the behavior in a non-hateful way. There's a difference. I don't think people realize this. There's a difference in commentating on someone's behavior and what you didn't like without like straight up bullying them and telling them horrible things and making them feel like they don't want to be alive anymore. And we're not about that over here on this channel, okay? We don't treat people like that. But people also do need to be held accountable for this type of behavior, and Kendall needs to work on some things. You can tell he's one of those guys that is going to amp other guys up to cheat, and it's just not good. It's not behavior you want to be exhibiting. It's not how you want to be presenting yourself. You know, I feel like they have a lot of growing up to do, because in these clips, like, Kordell's trying to say he feels really bad about it. They're like jumping up on him, or Kendall's jumping up on him and like congratulating him, and I just feel like this was not good. And like, honestly, honestly, if I was Nicole, once I saw these moments where Kendall was hyping up the cheating, I wouldn't have wanted to be with him anymore. And so then there's another moment with Kordell and Daya where they're under the covers and there's some bouncing up and down going on. I don't know what was happening. It could have been anything. Kordell and Daya definitely were dishonest about that whole situation on multiple occasions when they could have been honest about it because they weren't sure what was actually recorded, which is crazy to me because they knew cameras were everywhere. I don't know what was going on there, but I know that there could have been easy access. I don't know if it was just dry or if it was full on. I don't know what was going on, but regardless, they got a clip of it in the villa. And so Serena has to watch Kordell behave like this and also sees the chapstick scene.
You got some lip balm? My shit dry.
I only have lip gloss.
Just a little bit though.
Do you want me to give you my lip gloss from kissing?
No.
Guys,
I'll take it.
Because I mean, then you can say like I didn't put lip gloss on, like I put it on you.
You're lying. Who is it? Who is
You're joking.
It's okay. Shh.
Thing that like drove it in even deeper was that when they had the recoupling, Kordell brings Daya back to the villa. So just like how Kyeluh has to have her trauma brought in where she's like, hey, this is the girl my man was doing all this with. Now Serena has to see Kordell coupled up with the girl that she just watched do all that with. It was so bad. I will say this, like she handled her stuff so well. Like whenever Kordell came back with her, I don't think she could have handled this moment any better. Like here's some of my favorite moments from whenever she saw him come back in and just the things that were said.
Serena is standing alone. How does that make you feel, Kordell?
Not good.
Speak up.
Speak up. Say that shit with your chest.
It's not good. It's tough. I felt like I knew that you was gonna stand alone. I ain't gonna lie, I felt like a little shitty, but you know.
It wasn't too shitty when you were getting it on in the bed, dry humping. Yeah, right?
Some of that has been took out of context.
No, there's nothing taken out of context.
Nah,
The dry humping was very clear. I knew that once he got a little attention, get his little PD whacker wet a little bit, he was gonna go for it.
The reason I was thinking about her the whole time, it's cool.
I think that's crazy you was thinking about me when you was bouncing that thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The fact that Kordell thought that he could just bring her back and that they could continue trying to get to know each other. In some relationships in Love Island, it works, but what I feel like with how he was so full on Serena at the very beginning and the way he moved, it wasn't in a respectful way at all. And it could have been done in a respectful way and it wasn't. Like he didn't have to do all that in Casa and then bring her back. And so I think that's where the problem lied. And then also after that, he wasn't very clear about like, okay, yeah, like I don't want to do this with Daya. I'm going to try and get Serena back. He kind of strung him along a little bit. So Serena's like crying off on the side and has to watch Kordell like hanging out with Daya, getting to know her, like sleeping in the same bed with her, playing games with her. And it's just extremely hurtful stuff that she had to see.
I think once you have those conversations, like you'll be a little bit more clear on where your head's at and then decide like if you want to continue things there, if you want to continue things here.
Recouple. You wanted to recouple with this girl after 3 days of being with her. We've been together since day one.
And I feel like this made the emotions just build up even more. Oh my God. And then there was this moment where like Kordell had this brilliant idea. He's like, you know what? I'm going to bring breakfast up to Serena and Daya.
Who was for?
Daya, Serena. I'm scared to go out there though, I ain't gonna lie.
I would be too.
I don't even know what I'm gonna say. I just like,
I wouldn't say anything. I would just say, this is for you. Telling her that you still care, but you're not expecting anything out of it. Like
That was the worst move I've ever seen in my life. And I feel like deep down he knew. He was saying he was nervous, but he did it anyway. So he brings them both breakfast and Serena just straight up smacks that plate right into
this is for you. You're welcome.
Don't even. Serena.
I'll get it.
Get it out of my face.
I'm not gonna lie, like my heart hurt. I get where she was coming from, putting her in a bad position to feel like she has to accept breakfast from you when you know she's mad at you. So it's like one of those things, but also at the same time, it was really hard to watch. It was like, you get like secondhand embarrassment. And then there was also some discrepancies because Serena was told by Leah that Kordell told her, which I don't think this happened the way that it was worded. Leah told Serena that Kordell told her that he was 90% Serena and 10% Daya. So Serena then tells Daya this. And then Daya tells Serena, that's not how he's been acting with me.
We were on each other all the time, not in a sexual way, not like us straddling each other all the time. So for him to say that it's like 90% you and 10% me is ridiculous.
This starts one of the biggest fights in Love Island history, the biggest one I would say in Love Island USA history, where Serena goes off on Kordell, and as she should. This is a strong woman right here, and you cannot mess with her. And anybody who does, like, prepare to be read to filth, because you're not going to get away with it, and you're going to feel terrible about yourself after.
You're lying. I don't know why you're over here moping around. Felicia, you're disrespectful. You're putting on a show. Bravo.
This is when all of those pent up emotions in Serena are coming out. Like, she's crying, she's yelling, she's having trouble getting her words together because she's so hurt.
Oh my God, I'm about to swing off of you. Ben, you're such a piece of shit.
Let's talk about why I'm a piece of. Talk to me.
No, go.
No.
Actually, go ahead and
Speak
tell
your
me.
piece.
Please,
I need to hear you out first. You're obligated to feel how you feel, but tell me how you feel. I get it. I understand why you're frustrated.
Have some respect because I told you what the.
Serena, stop.
Don't.
I told her. I felt like I disrespect you. I told her
And
straight in
kept
your
doing
fucking
it.
face.
Then you brought her back, rub that shit in my face.
No, I literally told her my feelings for Serena are strong. It's gonna take a lot, but you're getting up there.
It didn't take much.
It is.
It didn't take shit.
I want you to hear me out. I'm sorry that I did that to you.
But also on Kordell's side, I could really see his emotions towards her, okay? And he messed up really bad. Difference between Kordell and Aaron is in the way that they handled the aftermath. Like, Kordell handled it. Does that make sense? Like, when Serena was mad and yelling at him, I felt like he was taking it and receiving it and listening and responding and, you know, saying reaffirming things and making decisions in the end that showed that he was choosing her and that he wanted her to not be hurting.
I know where I went wrong, and I'm openly admitting to the shit that I've done because I really like you, Serena. It may have not seemed like that with the shit that I've done.
We said we were gonna move respectful, and you did everything but
But
that.
just think about it, Serena. I really like you. I really want you. I'm not trying to hurt you.
You could see him showing like compassion and empathy towards her crying and towards her pain. Whereas with Aaron, Kyeluh would cry and he would just yell at her. You know what I mean? I feel like Aaron needs to take a lesson from Kordell's book, because the reason why Serena and Kordell end up winning at the end is because of the way he moved afterwards. Like, he made right his wrong. Oh my God. And so before Kordell fully ends things with Daya, he wakes up in the morning next to her and he's like, I gotta talk to you later. She's like, yeah, I gotta talk to you too. Cause she knew he was gonna break things off with her. And she's like, I don't wanna look like an idiot on TV. I need to make sure I break things off with him first. So they had this like moment where like she was trying to tell him that she was gonna end things before him so that she could tell everybody that she did it. But it just looked so obvious that she waited until she felt like he was before she did that. And it just didn't translate on camera in the way that I think that she was hoping that it would. And then after Kordell ends things with her, she goes to Serena and is basically like, you can have him. And it's like the moment I feel that she was trying to have, it wasn't working. Now, I want to say this. A lot of people are bullying her. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. All these people only knew each other for a few weeks, some of them for just a few days, and like they all like each other. So like, why should anybody else be hating on them? Like, yeah, they made some questionable decisions, but I mean, throw anybody in the Love Island experience and people aren't going to always make the best decisions. I would definitely have some trust issues after that if I was Serena. I'm not going to lie. Maybe that's just me. It would be hard for me to watch how quickly he folded with another girl and then feel comfortable with him going out solo. I definitely feel like you can change and make better decisions, but because their relationship is so new, it would make me feel uncomfortable. And that's one thing that sucks about this, is that when people see the behavior of others on this show and they see how quickly they're willing to like hook up with other people and stuff, it's kind of setting the relationship up towards failure, because there's going to be trust and jealousy issues after that, because you don't just forget. So, you know, I feel like because of the way he moved, there may be some issues that arise in their relationship in the future because of that, but I hope that they are able to work them out, because I just really like them. I mean, they ended up working things out. She forgave him. They had some of the cutest dates, some of the sweetest moments. Like the scenes where they're reading the letters towards each other in the final episode, like, was just the stuff that they said. It was so sweet. And then they were matching again at the end, and it was like, my heart. I just love them. I stand them so much. Serena later tells Kordell that in the beginning she wishes that she showed him more of how she was feeling, because she felt for him more than what she was showing, but she was trying to have a hard shell. ill. I think she's trying to protect herself. And it's a good thing she did, because look what happened. You can tell towards the end that they are more on the same page. They've worked things out and they end up winning. I absolutely love them. I think that they're just a match made in heaven. And I hope that the mistakes that were made in the villa doesn't translate into them outside of it. But also, I'm fully aware these people knew each other like, what, a month, less than a month. And, you know, anything can happen. All we should all hope for is that they're all happy at the end of the day, happy and healthy. We should not be bullying people to the point where they have severe mental health issues. Like some of the hate I've seen towards the Casa girls and just completely dehumanizing them as people has been really difficult to watch as someone that loves Love Island. I've been watching it for so long, and there's always bullies. There's always people who are so nasty. The bullying and the toxicity on social media with people attacking others because of, you know, making normal human mistakes on this show and just completely dehumanizing people. I've done a video on how that has actually affected people's mental health so bad that some of them ended up killing themselves. There's going to be nasty people on the internet who want that. There's going to be people on the internet who get a thrill out of making others feel terrible about themselves. But just a little bit of food for thought, if I can get into anybody's minds at all, like we don't want to just be tearing people down so bad that they don't find it in them to love themselves anymore. Everybody can learn and grow and evolve and become a better person. And just some of the stuff that I've seen people say and do is just so straight up nasty. And all I'm going to say is y'all need to check this video out that I did. It was a long time ago, but I go over the whole history of Love Island and the way that cast members' mental health is affected by people bullying on social media after they get out. And maybe this will change the way some of you guys comment on certain things, because they're all people at the end of the day. But anyways, I'm so excited to hear if Kordell and Serena are still together at the Love Island USA reunion, and I'm super looking forward to it. If you are, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. If you are not yet subscribed, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you soon for another video.